Right, so this is a suggestion via Patreon. The name of the video is Culture Shocks from Living in Spain. Let's check it out. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and give you a couple of, probably some other things. Right? Let's see how much we agree with. I lived in Spain for the last 8 years, off and on, mainly just this last year, off and on, between America and Spain, pretty much every couple of months. But anyway, so here's the thing. Spain is an interesting place, guys. It's interesting. Let's get it. Let's check it out. Let's see where this takes us.
What has kind of shocked you from your time here?
I think that people, they're like...
That's not usual in France?
Actually, not. No, we French people are...
Back home, there would be car crashes, like, immediately if people tried to...
Okay, I hear an American. All right, I hear an American. If it's about their driving...
do that.
All right.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Sensational Spain. My name is Valeria and today we're here right next to El Museo del Prado in a beautiful spring day because we want to find out what are people's perspective and experiences about culture shocks in Spain. So let's go find out what they have to say. Come on, what's your name and where do you come from?
I'm Yichun and I come from Taiwan.
It's Chelsea, and I'm from Canada.
My name's Ben and I'm from America.
My name is Alex, and I come from France, from Paris.
What brought you to Spain, Chelsea?
Honestly, it was a last-minute booking on Black Friday, so it was a cheap trip, and
Oh, so you don't... Okay, so these are tourists.
we've never been on this side before.
I'm on my spring break in Glasgow, and I came here just because I heard it was really cool, and the weather's nice.
The nice weather, and also my roommate is from Spain. We are the exchange student in Netherlands, and she is in Netherlands now, and I visit here.
And I'm interrailing in Europe, so I'm just traveling around.
And from your time here...
I mean, I really wish they would have gotten a perspective of someone who is not from Spain, living in Spain. Yeah, guys, we're going to have a conversation.
What has been positive surprise about the culture in Spain?
Honestly, everything. This was much more than I had expected that it was going to be. Like, it's been fantastic here. Everyone's been very nice as well, so.
Even though we're tourists, and I'm sure that they get annoyed with tourists every once in a while who can't speak Spanish, everyone that we've met has been really nice and accommodating with our inability to speak Spanish.
You Spanish people are proud of your culture, and this is a thing we don't see a lot in France. So actually, I think it's a good thing. You see a lot of flags.
Yeah, there's absolutely a lot less. Wait.
Flags in the street.
See a lot of flags in the street. Guys, I want you to understand something really quickly. Like, coming from America, I definitely understand the concept of patriotism, right? But I will go ahead and tell you guys, patriotism is interesting in Spain. Keep in mind, these people are just coming out of a pretty recent, like within their parents' lifetimes, dictatorship, guys, right? And if you see Spanish flags, the people that are generally flying these Spanish flags are not... Try to be nice here, guys, right? I actually live in Spain, so I can tell you right now, what you're seeing is probably not what you think you're seeing, right? There are some people who sympathize with the dictator, guys. All right. And patriotism is absolutely a different type of thing. There are people who actually are from Spain and absolutely love Spain, right? Respect, absolutely. But I would not use very specifically the Spanish flag as something you're using to understand the metric of what's actually happening there. I'm sure as a visitor you'll see the flags and be like, oh yeah, they love their country. I think they may love their dictator more than their country. Their old dictator that was basically mass deleting people because of the mustache man. All right. That's all I'm going to say about this for right now, but let's continue.
I like it. I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's not usual in France.
Actually, not.
No, it's not.
We French people are ashamed of being French. Yeah, it's absolutely terrible.
How do you think
I have never heard that in my life, and I know so many people from France. You're ashamed?
People are different from your home country?
I'm from Brazil, so I think, well, first of all, they're European, so that's already a difference. So being Latino and like European is a big difference. I don't know. I think people are really nice. I feel like in Brazil, maybe people are a little like nicer, a little bit more of chaos. I feel here are things more organized, and in Brazil everything's a chaos.
You know what? I would
Depending on where you are in Brazil.
say the driving is a lot more different than our home country. Everyone seems to kind of know what's going on the
Right.
roads, whether there's signals or not. Back home, there would be car crashes like immediately if people tried to do that.
It was a discussion we had earlier with my friend here. It's that we are the same civilization, but we are a different culture. We have the same root,
Right.
but on a different leaf, you know.
And what about like personalities? When you come here, how are they different from your home country?
I guess Spanish people are a little bit more open. Like it's easier to talk to Spanish people. Like French people, we don't have time. We are very in a hurry in the street. Yeah.
Of all like countries of Europe, Spain is one of the nicest. Because like I'm half German, so when I'm in Germany, I feel like people are not really nice to you. But here,
Okay. All right. So basically, where she's asking these questions are in Madrid. Your experience in Spain is going to almost be. It is completely dictated by where you're from, most of the times, right? And honestly, what you appear to be, I'd say it's a lot of it. A lot of it is what you appear to be. I absolutely love America. America has its issues, obviously, with issues with looking different, right? Now I understand exactly why things are sometimes odd for deeply melanated individuals. Let's go ahead and say that. It's because of the border, right? I understand that completely. I understand all the issues on the border. So if someone from Spain is in the comments and they're hearing me say these things, I understand you don't want me saying these things, right? But I know. But trust me, my experience is different than like the first time I went to Spain was in the early 2000s, and I went with someone who looks the exact opposite of me, right? I can tell you our experiences in Spain were absolutely different until it was realized that I was American and not African, right? Then everything is absolutely blissful. I'm just going to let you guys know right now. As long as they know you're not African, and again, I know this sounds terrible also. As long as they know you're not African, you pretty much going to have an absolutely amazing experience. And this is obviously generational. This has nothing to do with, I would say, the 30s and unders, guys. That's not even an issue. Some of the best people I've ever met in my entire life are from Spain, guys. Right? Absolutely the best people. But then there's like this subgroup of people who are generally older, which is expected because again they grew up full time underneath a guy who liked the mustache man, right? So that's understandable a little bit. Not saying it's amazing, but it's understandable. Spain itself is an absolutely beautiful place. I would definitely suggest everyone going there at least one time in their life. They can understand. They'll instantly understand, right? But definitely get a fixer. Personally, most of my time in Spain has been in Andalusia, all the way from Antequera, which is super close to Granada, and then all the way out to Cádiz, to Doñana, to La Línea, the border between Spain and the UK, right? And all the way out to Valencia. That's basically the base that I've spent the majority of my time in Spain. So I've been to Madrid, obviously. The South is, I think, better. This may sound crazy. I know if you're from Spain, you're going to be like, what are you talking about? The South are full of savages. I know. I understand. I understand the point, allegedly, right? And the reason why I say that so confidently is because my wife is from Granada, guys. Right? And she has an issue with the North, and she's like, the North has an issue with the South, and it's just nonsense, guys, right? I mean, from the outside looking in, it's just like you guys have this absolutely beautiful country full of these ancient monuments. Just enjoy this, enjoy life, enjoy this, guys, right? I love Spain, guys. Let's continue.
yes.
And what has been like the most positive thing that you have liked about your days here?
Everything so far. It's been really good. We've enjoyed it. And the architecture. Yes. Oh my goodness. The buildings have been just stunning.
Yeah.
We were actually on our way to take pictures of what's behind you. So
Right.
Oh, I like the architecture, and that it's like quite warm. So it's March. It's not even April yet, and the weather is really good. I was in the UK before, and it was raining all day, 2 degrees. Awful.
Probably the food.
2 degrees Celsius, probably.
Food. We came from Glasgow, and the food there isn't great, and the weather's not too great. And here, the food is amazing. It's not too expensive, and it's really nice outside.
From your days here, what have been something?
Okay. I'm sorry. The food is good. I'm just going to keep interjecting just because, I'm giving you my opinion from someone who actually lives there, not a tourist, right? But the food is okay, right? I would say it depends on where you are from in the United States of America on if you're going to enjoy it or not, really, right? Like if you're from the West Coast, you're probably going to love it. You're going to love every single thing about Spanish cuisine. If you're from like New York also, maybe guys, but it would have to probably be not in an extremely diverse area, right? In Spain, some of the best food that I've ever had, it seems to always come from Moroccans, right? Like like the base of it is Morocco. There's almost, they really don't season their food, guys. That maybe if that's an issue for you, like if you're from the South in the United States of America, you're probably not going to have an amazing time with food there. The same thing with France, honestly. I never understood the concept of French food being good. I've been to France, and I'm sorry to tell you guys, I don't know what it is, but it's not what it's cracked up to be, guys. But some of their food is very good, but a lot of it has to do with other influences, right? But all right, let's get it.
Like that has take you a bit more effort to adapt to in Spain?
The language. Yeah.
The Spanish language. I'm learning. Estoy aprendiendo ahora, pero es muy difícil.
It's not
And what has been like a culture shock for you?
I don't think that is bad, but it's really shocked to me that they are.
Like, if anything, they have an easier, like, Spanish to learn because it's the base. Guys, like, well, how about this? If you're in Madrid, okay, maybe it may be a little bit rougher because they're not going to really use or utilize too much of the slang that's used in the South, right? That could be something. Or if you're from like the Catalonia region, then I can understand. But no. If you're learning Spanish in Madrid, it probably will be the easiest like iteration of Spanish you'll ever attempt to learn because they speak it the cleanest, guys.
Have like really late dinner.
People seem to eat and do things in general later here.
Like
They
10
wake
o'clock,
up,
11
I think,
o'clock.
late, and they eat late, and everything
Right.
is kind of very late.
Right.
That's definitely
That's
like
wild.
we're like at 5:30, 6
Yeah,
o'clock
5,
dinner
6.
time back home. So
Right.
getting used to not having like the restaurant so available for dinner time at what our normal times were, but it's getting better. It's getting better, yeah.
Yeah, I still didn't get used to that. I'm sorry. That dinner at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm about to go to sleep. Listen, that's crazy, right? I mean, do your thing culturally. I'm glad that you have something that is unique, right? But it was not really unique. It's not super unique to this region, though. Not really. My biggest gripe, I would say, in terms of food, is like I generally get hungry around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and unfortunately, siesta. Nothing is open. What am I supposed to do, bro? Right? Like, stop closing stores in the middle of the day. Most frustrating thing in the world, bro. The most frustrating thing in the world for me is to be hungry, want to go out and get something to eat because it's general. To be honest, it's so cheap. Well, relatively, right? If you are living in Spain and working in Spain and making an income from Spain, then it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all because if you think about what the average income of someone from Spain is, even with a college degree, you're going to instantly realize it's expensive if you're from Spain. But if you're an outsider in a sense, it's extremely cheap. If you're making money in America and living in Spain, you're good. You're super good, guys. Right, you're super good. When I first moved to Spain, I literally I moved into an apartment that was about 700 years old. It was in like downtown Malaga, and I think the rent was like maybe 400 euros or something crazy like that. And at that time, it equated to the dollar was high, so it maybe was like $370 a month, and you're living literally downtown. Downtown, guys, right? And then outside of it, there's like a pizza place and €2 pizzas. Okay, like imagine you're hungry, €2 pizzas. Okay, the cost of living is absolutely amazing if you are someone from outside, but I understand, right? But still, the siesta is the most disturbing thing for us foreigners living in Spain. I'm telling you, it is. It is. Yes.
Dinner time at
And the small refrigerators.
what
I can
our
keep
normal
going.
times were, but it's getting better. It's getting better, yeah. I'm
Right,
getting more
right,
used to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me, I sleep very early. So people are going out to eat like 10, 11 o'clock
Yep.
in the evening, and I'm already wanting to sleep. I think that's a culture shock.
And also, the Too Good To Go app here is really nice. Then in my country, we don't have Too Good To Go, and
Too
in
Good To
Netherlands,
Go.
we have Too Good To Go, but the food is not so nice.
Well,
Oh. Okay, hold on. I forgot, guys. Yeah, she's not Netherlands. I am sorry. I apologize. Guys, I don't want to keep just like talking craziness about other countries. The food in the Netherlands is like the food from, if we just talk about that, not like the influences from like St. Martin's or any other Caribbean country, or just what is historically theirs. I don't know, guys. No, I don't know. I don't think people were eating good in Europe, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think they were eating good at all in Europe, from like the 1400s and on, or before the 1500s. I don't think they were eating good at all. I think their food was disgusting. All right. I don't know if salt or pepper was a part of their regular, typical cuisine, or if they were just eating like offal, as in like offcuts of meat. I just don't understand. But I'm glad that Europe has, for the most part, turned into somewhat of a melting pot. So you now have the ability to eat actually decent tasting food, at least, guys. But the Netherlands, bro. Oh, guys, what they do to fish, man. Listen.
actually, I live in Spain since a few months, and I live in a pueblo. And actually, the people in the pueblo are kind of closed. They don't like so much foreigners.
Yeah.
From your
The small towns, guys. Because now where I live is definitely a small town. It's an absolute minuscule town. It is surrounding Antequera, right? Spain. And I just don't go outside, just to be honest. I mean, I get it. I get what he's saying here. Small towns, I just choose not to ever go outside. And the fact that I literally am the only person. Like, I have the ability to go outside and be the first person that looks like me that someone has ever seen in their life. Okay. Let's just say I just don't go outside at all. Not walking. We'll get in a car and go somewhere else, basically, to a larger city generally. Grocery store, big city. So, all right, let's get it.
time here, the Spanish people that you have seen, has it changed your view on Spanish people from what you knew about them before?
Not really,
No, not so much, but I knew a little bit about Spanish people before. And no, I'm not surprised then.
because my roommate is really kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it's
Yeah, Spanish
all
people-
kind.
So how would
Spanish people, like specifically like the ones that, like I said, my best experience has been 30 and beneath, right? Period. Or like if you go to like or honestly the bigger cities are generally fine, because again they're used to tourism. They're used to seeing people that look different than them. Those are generally the best places for me personally, at least. I can only give you the experience that I have versus someone else. Like my initial experience with someone who looks the opposite of me going together in the early 2000s was absolutely eye-opening. Okay, the differences.
would you describe a Spanish person or the Spanish culture besides being kind?
Like outgoing, yeah.
Well, I think you are. It's not the same people of the pueblo and people of Madrid.
No,
But,
exactly.
I
Listen
guess
to
you're a
this
little
guy.
bit, open-minded.
A little bit open.
Like we have free to speak too. It's easier to speak to you.
I would say a little bit, but I didn't quite know what to expect when I came over here, so it's been really positive in all things so far.
Ahora te voy a mostrar 5 pinturas y bueno, la idea es que nos digas a qué artistas pertenecen.
That's Picasso. All right, guys, listen. So this video itself was good. I mean, it was enough. It was there are a lot of like cultural things that will shock people that are not from Spain, but I also know that this is not a video that people would want to encounter in Spain, if that makes any sense, right? At least from my overall knowledge, I think that the posting of this video is going to go terribly, right? And it's because, you know, I have a much different experience than, and guys, in Spain, it is literally that obvious, right? The amount of times that if I was to point something out in Spain regarding some craziness, they'd be like, "Oh, but in America, you would be deleted," type of thing, guys. So you know, listen, there's only so many times that you can walk into a store and guys, listen. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys want me to dig more into like Spain itself, I have no problem with it. Again, I absolutely love Spain through its social issues, right? I definitely do. I love Spain. Spain is easily one of the most beautiful countries that I've ever had the pleasure of staying in, guys. Right? When it comes to like specifically like the nature stuff, it's crazy. When it comes to overall history, it's also equally wild. One of my favorite cities, at least as of right now, is going to be, I always get torn here because I either think of Sevilla or Cordoba. I generally lean towards Cordoba because of La Mezquita is there. And it's absolutely a phenomenal place to encounter. Just make sure when you go, there's no wedding or anything going on, guys, or any type of like cultural event going on. But if you do go, guys, you're gonna realize instantly that this is easily one of the most beautiful like mosques that you'll probably ever encounter in Europe. I would say easily, unless you start going into like the Blue Mosque, but you have to get there, and I don't know if you want to actually go to the Blue Mosque. The region at least, right? But yeah, easily. It's easily one of the most beautiful places you'll ever encounter in your life. Mainly Cordoba, like the old area, right? Also in like in Sevilla or even Ronda, guys. Ronda's also beautiful, guys. There's so many beautiful cities that you can just get lost in for like a month, guys. Pick a month, pick a place, and go. But again, I can only give you real experiences from the south of Spain. That's just where I seem to be more comfortable, at least. Everything is beautiful. Every time you go outside, you're going to see a random castle, guys. I mean, this is just like, I can't, like, if you are a history nerd, just go to Spain, go see some Roman, go see some like ancient Roman things. Go to Segovia, go see the Roman aqueducts that are still standing, and you can literally have a coffee while your back is turned to one of the most intact Roman aqueducts you'll ever find on this planet, right? Beautiful. Guys, there's just so much. There's so much. I love Spain, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely love Spain, guys. But listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy your day thoroughly.